Monday afternoon. Client and I spent the middle part of the day sighting in his rifle and just going through his backpack and throwing out some stuff he didn't need and packing it efficiently. And anyway, we've made it most of the way in. We'll definitely be in before dark. So yeah, here we go. First booked client for 2024. It's April 15, so most people are out chasing fallow bucks. But we're going to see if we can find Ray his first deer of any kind. So Ray wishes to sort of stay away from the camera, so you'll see him, but you're not going to hear from him. So we'll just play it along as we go, and we'll see what we can come up with. And then yeah, just bring Tuesdays with you tomorrow. Basically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are all the same. That's just, I wrote it on there so that it's easy for people to sort of work out what they need to ration, or they can hook into yesterday's food if they've got some left over. First morning. Stars are out this morning, so it's going to be quite warm, but it's really cool right now. Perfect hunting conditions. Well, we've just made it to our first glassing spot. 5 minutes in, we've got this hind bedded. Now it's half an hour after first light. The sun's just starting to poke onto the tops of the ridges, but I regularly observe deer bedded down this early in the morning after a full moon. I think it's a full moon in a couple of days, so she's likely to get up and feed a bit more later on in the morning. She looks pretty happy there chewing a cud. So what we've got to do now is glass around her and see if we can pick up some more. Good start anyway.
see all their back and their ginger bum now. So if you keep glassing around, yeah, you'll pick her up eventually.
Oh yeah, it's clean.
Yep. You see that ginger?
I can see the ginger.
Yeah, the ginger stands out.
Makes it to look like a timber.
Yep. Righto, we spotted those couple of hinds this morning. Can't find anything around them, but April, May, hinds are starting to drop calves, so sometimes they do go off on their own, so it's not uncommon, but it's always a good idea to keep an eye out around them, just for a give it a good 20 minutes just to see if there's any other deer. But we're going to poke around this next gully and have a look into there. We're going to sort of leave this. It's kind of our hot spot, so there's definitely still deer there from last trip. So got good feeling about finding more deer there as the trip progresses. Just been through some real rough stuff. Nasty, rocky, thick. Just sort of got into the open stuff again. Bumped a big hind and she took off. Let her go. Waited a few minutes, glassed into the spot. Walked 5 yards and another one. Big girls. No word stopping for anyone. Well, we just spent the middle part of the day, lunch back at camp, rest. It's about 4 o'clock. Just going to head out for an afternoon look, go across the river and do a bit of an ambush on a real nice spot. So just see what comes out. It's a bit overcast now, so should be good. Can't cut my wind. Wow. How cool was that? Had that hind at 35 metres for 20 minutes with a yearling, and they were onto us in the end. So Ray made a little bit of noise. I think he might have been having a bit of a snooze. And so I just give a couple of calf calls. And she came right in 10 yards. And then that last little bit, she's at 20 yards. Did not care about me. I was down low. I had the camera in my face, so at 10 yards, it's like 3 little bits of wattle between us. How awesome was that? Wednesday morning, got a big gully downstream. We're going to go have a look in for the morning. So, see what we turn up. We've had a deer honking at us down in the gully. It didn't take off, it held its position. And it sort of honks at us every so often. But I can't spot it. I've pushed up the hill to try and look in, but it's quite happy in this real thick patch and it isn't coming out. Then I heard a couple of honks way up high. But it's really dry. It's hard to be quiet, especially two of you. I thought we did a pretty good job of getting in here, but anyway, keep moving up, glassing across.
Every time we move, she honks. Every time I try to video pick up the honk, she stops. Right, here's a bit of a tip for you. When you're glassing, especially into new country that you haven't hunted before, it's not just deer you're looking for. Like, you can find rub trees, wallows, game trails, preach trees, just points of interest, but you can see a lot of deer sign from a long way away. And what you can do is, you know, if you're glassing your face and you don't find any deer, we'll have a real good look for some real defined game trails. Look for scrapes, you know, they kind of stand out because the leaves and the dirt's all turned up, so it'd be like a bare patch of dirt. If you know what you're looking for, you'll see the tree and everything that they're preaching up against. Wallows sometimes are hard to see, but you know, you can spot them from a distance. And what you can do is, that's sort of long distance scouting. You didn't have to go over there, you didn't have to disturb that area to find that information. Now, what I've done is, I've just glassed over onto this face and I haven't spotted any deer, but I've just found a bunch of big, well-used game trails. Now, I've never hunted up in that gully, so now I know that animals regularly move through that area at that elevation. It's something I can keep an eye on later on. It also gives me an idea where I need to be to look across at it or to hunt into it. What height I need to be. Because if those game trails are well defined like that, then those deer are using that regularly. Just had a shower of rain come through, freshened everything up, and we're about to head out for the afternoon. Do something similar to yesterday, just in a different spot. Get across the river, pick a flat there, and do a bit of an ambush hunt. See if we can catch these deer coming down off the hill. Worked yesterday, so it's a bit of rain might have got them out moving. So. It's been that dry in here. I've been hesitant to light a fire, so that little bit of rain, we're on. Had the perfect setup this evening, but yeah, no deer showed. Gave a few squeaks to see if it was close to show itself. Nothing. Didn't get honked at, nothing. So anyway, sometimes it goes like that. So today we just got honked at. We didn't get to see any deer. That's public land hunting. Sometimes it just the bicky doesn't crumble your way. So still plenty of deer here. Confident we'll still find some tomorrow. So it's going to be good with this bit of rain. It's going to make the stalking a lot quieter. So should be able to sneak in these gullies and be undetected from noise, which has been a bit of a challenge in the last few days. So anyway, we're going to dry out a bit by this fire and then have a feed and go to bed. It's going to be a good night's sleep listening to this on the roof. So sweet. Yeah, well, we've had a real leisurely morning. Ray got a bit wet yesterday. Wasn't real keen for putting on wet gear in the morning, so we've had a big sleep in, got the fire going and getting him all dried out. We might get out for a late morning hunt a bit later on. The weather's cleared up, still a bit sort of low cloud hanging around on tops of the hills, but sun's poked out now, which is nice. And yeah, we'll just get him all dried out and get up there for another look. You know, might be a bit late in the morning to sort of catch that movement, but if you're in the bush, you're still a chance. So we might poke up some faces there and look across onto some sunny bits. Might be able to find something better down in the sun this morning. But anyway, that's what we've been up to. That's why we haven't been out hunting. Just put up an animal on the other side. Can't see into it at all, really. Righto, Ray's taken the sensible choice of putting his river runners on instead of following me across rock to rock with your boots on. I ended up with 2 wet boots yesterday afternoon doing that, so anyway, here he comes. Yeah, we put up a few deer this afternoon, saw that deer miles away, got honked at a couple of times, but the wind was a bit swirly and yeah, we were never really in the chance. So we just crossed the river and back up to camp and called it a trip. But, yeah, we've had a bit of a hard time of it, but had one really cool experience, which was awesome. Yeah, anyway, for his first deer hunt, I think it was pretty good. So, anyway, he's had a bit of an adventure. 63, so he's done well. I've had to take it a little bit easy on him, so haven't been able to punch up the hills like I normally would, but anyway, we'll get back to camp and have a good night's sleep and walk out tomorrow. Righto, camp's all broken down, fire's snuffed out, and we're on the walk out, so I'll see you on the next one.